good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to World Travel Market 2022. It's one of my good friends from Florida, from Tampa, Santiago. Good afternoon, Santiago.
Good afternoon. So great to see you here in lovely England.
Yeah, I bet you've had some fabulous Tampa weather here as well.
I wish we had. Not quite.
So, Santiago, you know, I know that you had a fairly stellar time actually during COVID because of lots of domestic visitors when Florida, unlike other states, stayed open. But how is international tourism doing? Because I know you must be, I wouldn't say dependent upon it, but it must be an important sector of your visitor economy.
Obviously, it's an important sector. You know, our international visitors stay longer, spend more with us, continue to return. And, you know, quite honestly, it's coming back very, very well. You know, our international flights are doing well. They must be doing well because, as you know, we just added Virgin Atlantic dailies to Heathrow starting this month. And so we had Sir Richard Branson with us, and he did some jet skiing and some cigar smoking and had a really good time. So over the last so many months, we've seen a real nice return. Domestically, we were doing very, very well shortly after, you know, the pandemic even started. We had a Super Bowl during the pandemic. We had lots of big things happening during the pandemic. And certainly we built a lot of hotel rooms during the pandemic. We added about 2,000 rooms to the inventory. And, you know, so much has happened since we last chatted, right? The Michelin Guide came to Florida, to Tampa. Virgin Atlantic just launched their dailies, and we opened, the Marriott Edition, the 5-star brand that Marriott has, only the 12th in the world, 5th in the United States, and so open to great fanfare with Lenny Kravitz and some others coming to town. So a lot happens in Tampa all the time, but we've done very, very well.
Excellent. One of the things that's emerged during COVID from lots of destinations has been the emergence, if you like, of destination stewardship rather than just destination marketing.
Yes.
And being acutely aware of resident sentiment. How does that figure in Tampa Bay tourism strategy?
You know, for years we've made sure that our locals feel a part of the whole tourism movement. So they're very proud when we land a direct flight to London. They're very proud when we host a Super Bowl. They are a part of what we do. And so there are ambassadors, there are volunteers. We've done sentiment climate surveys in the past, and they've all come back very, very positive. In fact, they've surprised the researchers that they feel so a part of what we do. And I was actually having a conversation with someone earlier today. Over-tourism and negativity towards tourism doesn't exist in Tampa Bay, which is phenomenal. We have a great relationship with our government. We have a great relationship with our locals. You know, I always say, you know, those restaurants at the Edition don't say for visitors only. They say open to the public. And so whatever's good that develops because of the tourism economy is great for our visitors, but it's equally as great for our locals. We send that message out all of the time. We also talk about, you know, the impact of tourism sales, of the taxes that are paid, whether they support education or transportation or, you know, our local quality of life like law enforcement or anything else related to government. We talk about how our visitors contribute to that economy. And so we've always married, you know, the locals, the local culture, the local traditions to the visitor economy, and it works for us.
Do you think that brand Tampa is slightly changed over the last 4 or 5 years to be a more comprehensive, I suppose, brand with emphasis on history and heritage and neighborhoods rather than just, you know, let's come to a theme park?
Oh, you know, absolutely. You know, we developed this brand now 10 years ago, believe it or not, is when I joined the organization. And it was always, how do we distinguish ourselves or differentiate ourselves from the rest of Florida? And the one thing that we really could absorb or embrace was history, culture, our heritage, our diversity, the equity that exists in Tampa, and how you have a uniquely Tampa experience when you come to Tampa, Florida. It's not about palm trees. You can find palm trees in most of Florida. It's not about beaches or the sun. You can get a lot of that in Florida. It's about this unique persona that is Tampa. So we talk about that very uniquely Tampa experience. You know, for a while we were Florida's most great things in one place. If you love the beaches, we had great beaches a short trip away. If you like theme parks, we had theme parks. but the heritage, the culture, the diversity, sometimes it's hard to duplicate, and it's uniquely Tampa. So, we can talk Cuban sandwich, we can talk about, craft brewing, we could talk about all that great immigrant history that makes us uniquely Tampa, and a very different experience.
Excellent. Well, I wish you all the very best, Santiago. Good luck in the future.
Thank you so much for always having us on.